Hi, this is Terry Hall-Gordley, and I'm at Babcock Ranch again this Saturday afternoon. We're going to talk about a few different things. Want to bring you up to date with some changes and things that are happening. We're going to show you here in just a second. 31 is coming down, and if you're using a GPS to get to Babcock from Fort Myers, it's going to bring you here to the Saw Palmetto Parkway, which is how it's going to bring you into Babcock. It used to, we went up to a second light. This is like the first light coming into Babcock, and you'll see the signs, Babcock Ranch, powered by solar energy. That's the uniqueness of this master planned community, the town of Babcock Ranch. So many exciting things to tell you today. But for now, when we show you the footage here beyond me, you're going to see traffic lights, and you're going to see the new road that Kitson and Partner are helping to fund until they get down to the bridge. Once they get to the bridge, the Department of Transportation will take over. But this has come a long way. It's paved, we got lights. So again, it's going to be much safer to enter and exit Babcock Ranch, Florida. So let's look at some footage. Babcock has multiple roundabouts within the town. And a lot of times within each roundabout is something unique and ties history or nature back to Babcock. So here, when you're coming down Saw Palmetto Boulevard, the first roundabout has the little tractor here. And I would imagine maybe 75, 100 years ago, this is how folks got around out here on Babcock Ranch. Before you got all these paved roads, you know, you would drive your tractor. You might even drive your tractor to town. Today, they have it here as a monument inside this barn because, again, 100 years ago, Babcock was barns. It was nature. And so from this point, at this roundabout, we're going to keep going down Saw Palmetto. But if you went to this roundabout and you went off that way, there's actually a restaurant down in Founder Square. It's called the Lakehouse, Kitchen and Bar. You will see it in some of my past videos because it sits right on the lake. You can sit outside, you can have a meal and enjoy the lake. Great food, great dining, great place to come and meet your neighbors. But for now, we're going to get some footage of the Saw Palmetto palm trees. These are a state of Florida tree, so you can watch here as the video goes on, and I'm going to catch you later. Okay, so we're at another roundabout here. This roundabout has the horses. Wild horses used to roam in Florida, and if you go back to the eco tour, you'll still see wild horses roaming. So there are wild horses here. I think this is a remembrance of them, or it's a remembrance of those stables that we have in Florida. You know, champion horses are raised in the state of Florida. The unique thing here about Babcock too, there are bicycle paths along the road. So you have the biking lane, and then you have the walkers that can walk, or I've seen bikes on them too. I've seen e-bikes, I've seen e-scooters, I've seen all kinds of things out here in the town of Babcock. This square has a nice walking path all the way around it. It's really cool here. And that's the way to the Discovery Center or Founder Square, but we're gonna keep going down Saw Palmetto and see what we see. Watch for it. Going down a little bit further, Saw Palmetto Boulevard, you come to another community here on the right called Crescent. Now, this is a single-family home community. You have 2 stories, single story, a lot of opportunities. This is a little bit older community. And by the way, you missed this. We actually crossed out of Lee County and came into Charlotte County. That's something else that's unique about Babcock Ranch. It actually straddles 2 different counties. So that makes it interesting when it comes to taxes, property taxes, etc. But if you heard the news, never know, those that are using this as their primary home may not have property taxes in the future. Only time will tell. Right across from this community is another community, and let's go see what that one is. So coming in off of Saw Palmetto Boulevard, now on the left is the community trails edge. This is a Lennar community. Again, single family homes, lots of opportunities, maybe some resales in here, because this is a little bit older community, but it's all in the city of Babcock Ranch, and this sits in Charlotte County. So let's see, Crescent, Cove, Trails Edge. Let's go on down Saw Palmetto and see what else we can find. Okay, we're just going to sit here a second on Saw Palmetto Boulevard. I'm actually at a trailhead. Right across the road is the beginning of the trailhead. This trail right now is closed, but Babcock has tons of trails, walking trails. So again, it's a very outdoor active community. They have exercises and programs and bike and jogging and walking and the waters. It is so unbelievable. And yet you are still close to get to the beaches. You're probably 25-30 minutes and you can be at the Gulf of Mexico and be exploring the beaches, and then come back and Monday through Friday or Monday through Saturday enjoy your own wildlife community. I found an article that was interesting and I just want to share it with you. You know, Babcock Ranch ranks 4th in the United States for top-selling master planned communities. Again, this is a town, the town of Babcock Ranch, Florida. We actually left Lee County and now we're in Charlotte County, but we're still within Babcock Ranch area. It talks about how that Babcock Ranch 1,066 new home sales in 2025 was a 34% increase over 2024. Think about it. Everyone hears all the horror stories. Homes aren't selling, Florida's going under, nobody's coming down. Well, 1,066 people either moved to Florida, moved to Southwest Florida, moved to Babcock Ranch and bought a home. That is amazing. Number 4 in the whole United States. In 2026 right now, there are over 15,000 residents, because at the end of 2025, they hit 15,000 residents. In 2026, they have already closed probably several hundred transactions here in Babcock Ranch. So this is an up-and-coming community, an up-and-coming town. Again, solar powered. That's the beauty of it. Their whole infrastructure is built on not shutting down during a hurricane. You keep your electric, you keep your power, you keep your water. You are able to keep functioning after some of our hurricanes that have shut some homes down for weeks. So keep that in mind. People are moving from other states here and people are moving internally here. I know Babcock Ranch has a lot of Cape Coral residents because it feels a lot like Cape Coral in many instances. You have the lakes, you have your home, you're not in a strong gated community, you're in the town of Babcock. So hiking trails, I'm parked right now here that I need to go on down the road on Saw Palmetto Boulevard, and we will see what else we can see. Come on, let's go. Okay, so we're at the start of Curry Canal Trail. I talked to you a minute ago about the other side of the road where the trail was closed, but on this side the trail is open. It crosses a bridge out there. You can see the canal. There are many trails here in Babcock, and because this is a town, they're open to you or I. You don't have to live in Babcock to come and walk the trails. They're part of the Florida National Park System. And right around the corner, because I hear children in the background, is a whole park and playground area where the kids are playing today. And we're going to cross over into what they call Midtown. Again, we just left Lee County. We're now in Charlotte County, and there's so many things to do. It is a beautiful day here in sunny Southwest Florida. It's starting to get a little warm, but there's actually a nice little breeze. You probably see the hair blowing, but it's so unique. This town has its own trails because the town of Babcock, the developer, Mr. Kitson, wanted to make sure that wildlife and people could interact. They took years to lay out and develop this town to make sure that they did not cross over natural habitats and natural migration paths, natural ways the water flowed. They did not want to cross over that. So with all those years, it took time, but now you're seeing the town of Babcock. You notice there's over 15,000 people in this town now, and it's growing. They anticipate when it's done, I think it's going to have 25,000 or maybe 50,000. I'll check that number and get it back to you. Remember I told you about the replicas that are in the roundabouts? So this is a fire tower replica, and these are still in existence. If you're driving around Florida in some of the forest and woods areas, you'll still see these fire towers. This is a replica of what the original one might have been on Babcock Ranch and was brought in. But again, it helps you appreciate the conservation that we need. We always need to be aware of forest fires. And all of us know with the fires that we've experienced in Florida over the last 2 or 3 months, the fires in California, fires are dangerous. It can destroy all of this landscaping in an instant. Fires can destroy more than a hurricane will destroy. So again, keep in mind, be cautious of when you're doing fires. If you're campfires, if you're still a smoker and you're throwing your cigarette butt out, be careful. We're in a dry drought season right now. Fires are very dangerous. But this is a replica and it's really cool. And we're going to show you here as we go around with some footage. You're going to see the Saw Palmetto Sales Center, which again is an offshoot of the Discovery Center down at Founders Square. But before you come out to this sales center, if you're watching my videos and you're following along on my YouTube channel, give me a call first. Communicate with me on YouTube. Let me help you. Let me be your representative. There's reasons to work with an outside realtor. We can show you multiple communities. We can have you go through and see the different builders and what's there and available. So continue to think about that. And the cameraman and I were talking as we're driving, and I'm pretty sure that the overall population in Babcock is going to be around 50,000. We're at 15 now and growing, so when it's all said and done and everything is developed out, it should be a nice town with 50,000 people. So let's go over here to this Saw Palmetto Park.